Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're tuning in today, you're likely an ambitious e-commerce seller and you're aiming to build a truly sustainable, scalable supply chain in 2026. Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking the ultimate guide to understanding the global cross-border trade ecosystem. Specifically, we're looking at two absolute giants of the Alibaba group.
But, before we get into the nitty-gritty strategies, we have to address a massive problem. Have you ever wondered which platform might secretly be eroding your profit margins? It's a painful reality for a lot of new importers. You hit this crossroads in your procurement journey, and picking the wrong sourcing platform for your current business volume, man, that can lead to restrictive customization options, massive logistical nightmares, and a severely squeezed bottom line.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. Think of this as your masterclass for your 2026 strategy. We've got 5 quick stops. 1, the sourcing crossroads. 2, the economics. 3, the operations. 4, your ideal buyer profile. And 5, scaling your supply chain. Let's get right to it.
Section 1, the sourcing crossroads. We're looking at retail convenience versus wholesale scalability.
So here's the crucial point. This entire debate, it really just boils down to B2B versus B2C. Alibaba is this massive business-to-business marketplace. It's built from the ground up to connect global buyers directly with actual manufacturers, trading companies, and wholesalers. It is entirely designed for wholesale bulk purchasing, heavy customization, and long-term relationships. AliExpress, on the flip side, operates as a business-to-consumer, or kind of like a B2B light retail platform. It connects small businesses and individual consumers with Chinese retailers and middlemen. It's built for small volume purchases where you don't need any direct factory negotiations.
Moving right along to Section 2, the economics. Let's talk about costs, MOQs, and customization, because this directly impacts your wallet. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast in minimum order quantity, or MOQ. Honestly, this is often the ultimate deciding factor for any procurement strategy. AliExpress gives you this incredible micro-purchasing power. There's practically zero negotiation required. You can buy a single unit of almost any product just to test the market or to run a dropshipping model. Alibaba, conversely, is fundamentally built for volume. Because these suppliers are actual factories, they set high MOQs. We're talking anywhere from 200 to 5,000 units, and that's just to cover their raw materials and the cost of firing up the machines.
Here's the catch, though. Relying on AliExpress long-term will absolutely squeeze your e-commerce profit margins. Just look at the pricing models. AliExpress functions on a retail pricing model. The sellers are often middlemen buying from the actual factories on Alibaba. So they bake their profit margin, the picking, the packing, and the initial shipping costs right into the item's price. Alibaba offers tiered wholesale pricing. So ordering 5,000 units yields a significantly lower per unit cost than ordering 500. And that unlocks the retail distribution margin you absolutely need so you aren't just, trading dollars back and forth.
Plus, if your business model involves building a real brand, customization is non-negotiable. On AliExpress, what you see is exactly what you get. You're buying off-the-shelf products. Sure, some sellers might slap a simple white label logo sticker on there for you, but true structural customization? Completely impossible. Alibaba manufacturers, however, are equipped for true OEM and ODM. That's original equipment and original design manufacturing. You can negotiate custom tooling, private label packaging, silk-screened logos, entirely new product formulations, the whole shebang.
Now that we've covered the economics of your order, let's talk about the logistics of getting it to your customer in Section 3, the operations, integrations, shipping, and risk.
Digital sellers understandably prioritize how easily a platform syncs with their storefront. In AliExpress, it offers seamless storefront automation. It is highly integrated with dropshipping software like DSers and AutoDS. Customer addresses are routed directly, zero manual entry. It's practically magic. Alibaba historically relies on a relationship-building workflow. Think manual purchase orders, submitting formal requests for quotation, literally interviewing suppliers, and managing everything through Excel or an ERP system. It's a lot more hands-on.
And logistics dictate your cash flow, period. AliExpress simplifies shipping for the end user using postal networks or standard courier packets. That takes about 10 to 20 transit days. It's highly transactional. You add to cart and wait for the tracking number. Alibaba, well, you actually have to coordinate logistics. You have to navigate Incoterms like FOB or DDP and coordinate with freight forwarders. You're usually relying on sea freight, yes, the literal slow boat, taking 30 to 45 days. Now, while sea freight drastically reduces your shipping costs per unit, you do have to manage customs clearance and import duties. Alibaba does offer premium air express in 5 to 7 days, but it definitely costs a premium.
So, how do these platforms handle things when they go wrong? Both offer robust buyer protection, but they mediate risk very differently. AliExpress uses a standard retail escrow system. Item doesn't arrive or is damaged, you open a dispute for a refund. Alibaba utilizes trade assurance, which protects your order from payment all the way to delivery. However, it requires you to outline strict quality parameters in a digital contract before paying. This is exactly why you'll see smart importers hiring third-party inspectors to literally be their boots on the ground on the factory floor.
Which brings us to a massive difference in payment terms, 30/70. Write those numbers down. This is the absolute standard for B2B negotiation on Alibaba. You typically pay a 30% telegraphic transfer deposit just to start production. The remaining 70% balance, that is paid only after your goods pass that quality inspection we just talked about right before shipment. That gives you massive leverage. AliExpress, by contrast, requires 100% upfront payment via credit card or PayPal the second you check out.
All right, pivoting from theory to application here. Section 4, your ideal buyer profile. Which platform actually matches you? Let's map this out together. If you are a small buyer or dropshipper, meaning you lack warehouse space, you fulfill orders one by one, or you just need to test local market demand, AliExpress is for sure your starting line. Stick to the retail model. But look at the rest of this matrix. E-commerce sellers on Amazon FBA required bulk inventory and private labeling. The margins only work if you purchase at wholesale costs, making Alibaba mandatory. Brand owners requiring custom retail packaging or unique modifications, you absolutely must negotiate directly with vertical manufacturers on Alibaba. And bulk wholesalers needing container shipping and long-term contract pricing, Alibaba is what provides that necessary supply chain stability.
Shifting our focus to the future. Section 5, Scaling Your Supply Chain. Let's look at the sourcing workflow.
Think of this as the evolutionary timeline of a successful e-commerce seller. First, you begin by testing products on AliExpress. Second, and this is key, once you consistently move 50 to 100 units a week, that is your explicit trigger to migrate off retail and move to Alibaba to capture much better margins. But as your volume really scales up, relying solely on open B2B marketplaces presents consolidation challenges. Searching through thousands of trading companies gets exhausting. So step 4, that's when you step up to hiring dedicated procurement partners to manage specialized factory coordination for you.
Okay, I'm going to share some real insider secrets right now on how to find the right partners and bypass those generic trading companies on Alibaba. How do you verify a true factory? First, always look for verified supplier tags on their profile. That means a third party has actually inspected their facilities. Second, check their business license. You're looking for the word manufacture or production. Finally, ensure single category specialization. True factories usually specialize in one specific material or category. Actually, trading companies are the ones that list a vast, totally unrelated variety of products. Utilizing specialized ecosystems like home and garden sourcing networks is a phenomenal way to connect with these verified manufacturers for heavy volume and to manage local quality inspections efficiently. And that brings us to our final, provocative question for you today. Is your 2026 supply chain strategy actually aligned with your business volume? Are you relying on a retail platform for a wholesale business? Or maybe you're getting bogged down in complex B2B logistics when you really just need to test a single unit. I challenge you to immediately audit your procurement strategy based on what we've covered in this explainer today. Aligning your software integration needs, your procurement capabilities, and your platform choice is the absolute key to building a highly profitable, scalable supply chain. So take a hard look at your numbers, choose your platform wisely, and go build something incredible.